Resident Evil 4 Remake is almost a year old now. It came out in March of 2023, and I think regardless of how you feel about it, if you think it's better than the original or worse than the original, we can all agree that it was a really good game. And something that we were afraid of was that they were going to cut a lot of the content, or very important parts of the content. There were rumors that Krauser wasn't going to be in there. There were rumors that they were going to completely cut the island, but none of that came true, luckily. But something they did do, which in my opinion is cool and is a good way to switch up the story a bit, they changed a lot of the areas. And what I mean by that is they either added stuff to them or just moved certain areas to different parts of the story. There was never a part of the game that I feel like was worse than the original. Regardless of if you agree or not, that's just how I feel. But anyway, today I want to look at the Water Hall, a room we saw return in the remake that had a couple of changes to it. In the original, it was known for being a speedrun killer and generally just an annoying room to get through. I don't know anyone who loves Water Hall in the original. And I want to look at, is it better? Is it worse? What did they change about it? And just compare the two. This is the Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 4 Remake Water Hall comparison. Alright, so here we are at the entrance of the original Water Hall in Resident Evil 4. We're going to take a look at this one first, just so we can compare it to the remake, of course. So yeah, let's just walk right in here. We are, of course, doing a New Game Plus run. Right away, we are surrounded by enemies. Now, if you kill a certain amount of enemies, you get this cutscene, more doors open. As far as I'm aware, the enemies spawn infinitely. I can't guarantee that, but I know the music does not stop. So I'm mostly just wanting to look at the design of the room, so we're going to leave Ashley here. Kind of just look around. The music is very... It's eerie, but chaotic, you know, which... It's like anxiety-inducing, basically. It causes a lot of, sounds very urgent. And they do not go easy on the enemies. You will die here once. If you've played Resident Evil 4, you have died here. It's just destined to happen. So this does have a downstairs. And an upstairs, of course. Nobody. And once Ashley gets here, we will put her on this plate, a weighted pressure plate. We'll keep her here.
Follow me.
And then I will go over to this one. Now, enemies will drop down from this, depending on how well you're doing in your run, which is really annoying. But like I said, they do not go easy with the enemies at all. You are bombarded at all times with the enemies. It's insane. And you can tell it gets pretty annoying even on, you know, New Game Plus. Of course, this is an absolutely juiced up save right here. So yeah, you know, you think you're like, oh man, made it. No, you didn't. There's more. A red zealot scythe guy. You got skull guys, which eventually will die if you shoot them in the head enough. The red zealots always drop a nice amount of gold, though.
Look, there's a crank over there.
So now the soundtrack changes here once you put Ashley up here. When she starts turning the crank. But yeah, the art in here is very nice. The design on the walls.
Watch out for me.
Very big room. Lots of fire. But very bright. Very bright. Not really scary. Just chaotic. You got the little insignia right there. Sorry, didn't mean to shoot you. It's a nice thing about Ashley's night armor. It sounds annoying, but it's really useful. I'm worried that the game's too loud and that my voice isn't coming through very well, so I'm gonna try and talk a little bit louder. So sorry if I sound like I'm screaming. Resident Evil 4 is extremely loud, and for some reason, there is no audio settings for this game, so... This is just a room you dread. Like, it's a cool looking room, and it's nice once you master it, but it's a lot of trouble to master. It gets really annoying if you don't have the OP armor like I do and the OP, you know, inventory and whatnot. OP, I say, what year is it? You know, a super juiced up save like I have here makes this look like child's play, but really it is insanely difficult. And is often considered the run killer for speedruns in the Resident Evil 4 community. One good look at it, real quick before we go. Very nice looking room. The design is beautiful. I mean, this is one of the best looking areas in the game for sure. You can tell they put a lot of work into this room. And no one forgot about it. One of the most memorable parts of the game, definitely. And then we get to the Grand Hall. You guys want a video on that next? I will do it gladly. Alright, now it's been a while since I did this, but here we are at the Resident Evil 4 Remake Water Hall entrance. I believe in this game. We'll check and see. Water Hall, yes. So it actually gets the name Water Hall in this game, but I don't believe in the original it was called the Water Hall. I believe the community came up with this name to make it easier to call out during speedruns. But, I think we're good. I think the enemies aren't on to us yet. So we can kind of look around real quick. Immediately, you can tell it's a lot darker. Much more ominous. Let's go in.
Nice shot. Leon, they're here.
Ah, the entertainment.
Okay, so now they're on us.
Keep coming.
Leon, watch out!
Let that girl alone. So it's a lot quieter, but at the same time, it's like it's not as chaotic. It's just scary. Like, I find this genuinely terrifying. But at the same time, it's like it's not as hard really. They made it easier and more enjoyable. Like, this is my favorite part of the remake, I think. Like, my favorite room. Which is way different from the original, because although I did say it's one of the best looking in the original, it's my least favorite. I don't like Water Hall. It's annoying. I've spent hours on it, you know, like, just trying to get past it before. It's annoying and a run killer. But in the remake, I feel like it's actually just a very cool room, and you're not so overloaded with enemies, and I think that's awesome. And it's a lot more calm while also being scary, you know, not as tense. The music is nice too, kind of ominous, I say, ominous. And of course, without weapons like this, it would be a bit harder, obviously. Fortunately, I have a good save. I'm so used to the original controls. You watch out. How are you not dead? Whoa! Look how dramatic Ashley is. She's realistic.
I'm out. Out of the way.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, we missed some more? Oh, Rotwell. Aim assist, please. Help me. Kick it out of here. Go ahead and put this here. Now, I believe we can make Ashley do this. No, we can't. So, that's a difference. It's another notable difference. You have to do this yourself, but it doesn't take nearly as long, of course.
Ashley, let's go.
And whenever you lower this down, you're not immediately bum rushed with a bunch of archer guys. Not archer guys, scythe guys. And, fun fact, once you get over here and climb up to here, you cross this save point, the arrow guys will no longer shoot at you. You can shoot at them, though. But they won't aggro onto you or anything, which is really nice. So we'll throw you up here. But yeah, listen to the music. It's a lot darker in here, more ominous. There's not just random light. Like, the lighting's actually realistic. Which, you know, what would you expect from a game in this day and age, of course, right? Like this. If it didn't look like this, it'd be a problem, I think.
I'll cover you. Don't stop.
We're gonna hopefully get this first. Alright. Toasted.
Be careful.
But yeah, I really enjoy this in the remake, actually. This is like my favorite. Like, whenever I platinumed Resident Evil 4, before all the DLC came out, the remake I'm talking about, obviously, I like, on my last run, like, stopped and kind of walked around this room and was like, I'm gonna miss this, man. This is a really nice, like, I looked forward to this part of my run. I enjoy it so much.
Hang on. I've got
Like, I'm not kidding whenever I say this went from my least favorite room in RE4 to my favorite, which is crazy. And I think it's amazing that the remake could do that.
shit.
Very impressive, in my opinion. Okay. There we go. They do go a little hard on you right here. This is about as bad as it gets. Not undoable. Not getting cheesed out of your mind or anything like that. Iframes. Love that. So you're gonna start tweaking out on the ground.
Okay, get back here.
Get back here. Look at her, dude, jumping down by herself. Let's clear out these last enemies real quick. If I can aim. So don't count on it. Alright. Yeah, look at this, man.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
This is an amazing looking room. I see only improvements, you know. It's a lot darker, more scary. The music's more scary. It's not like unfair. It's a nice difficulty. You get rushed at the end. It's pretty cool. And look at these statues, man. The walls have less art on them, but then again, it's a little bit more realistic. But that kind of brings in the argument, like, realism versus fun. You know, what do games really need, you know? But yeah, this is Resident Evil 4 Remake's Waterhall. It's a nice look at it.
Stick close.
I want her to get behind me so I can get a screenshot of this. There we go. Yeah. Gorgeous looking place, man. Once again I would say this is the best looking room in the remake. So it's nice to see that they did this justice. Pretty cool, man. So I think all in all, whenever looking at these two side by side, I'm gonna have to give it to the remake's Waterhall. Now I have a couple of reasons for this. Number one, Resident Evil 4 Original's Waterhall is very chaotic. It's almost overkill, honestly. It's very bright in there. The wall design is cool, all the paintings, but it's also a little bit unrealistic, which, once again, like I said in the video, kind of depends on if you're a person who goes for realism or just, you know, fun in the game. But I like the remakes a lot more. It's a lot less chaotic, way scarier, and the atmosphere is just darker. It's very eerie, like I said, scarier. But I like the way it looks. The statues are very cool. it's not just repeated patterns all around the room like you can see here. But I, of course, still love the Resident Evil 4 Originals Water Hall, and it has its ups and downs, of course, just like the remake does. But just for the sake of putting one on top of the other, I'm going to have to give it to the remake. But let me know your opinions down below, and as always, if you've enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. We do have a Discord so you can better stay in touch with the community. I'll leave a link to that down in the description, and if I didn't, that means I probably forgot, in which case you can just go look at one of my other videos and it should be there. But that's all I have for you guys. Look forward to more videos like this in the future, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.